Joe Vasili and Mark Hardcastle. See the series history heavily on the side of Duke. And the Blue Devils control the opening tip.
Florida State begins in a man-to-man defense. They've got to honor the freshman, Elizabeth Williams, inside.
And Brevard takes it away. Well, round one to Brevard.
Elizabeth Williams has a difficult time when she has to guard someone her size and possesses the strength of a Sierra Brevard inside.
There's Howard on the drive. Natasha Howard, who told you a moment ago has played so well lately with double-doubles in 3 of her last 4 games.
And she has been so steady and such a great compliment to Brevard on the block.
Chase Selby, the senior, in the starting lineup now. Suspended for a time early in the season, but really hit her stride. Here's Chelsea Gray.
Well, that's just a tough shot to guard off the dribble. The high screen, the hedge was there, but she turned the corner and was able to finish.
One of the best assist makers in the nation, Chelsea Gray, out of Stockton, California. Florida State turns it over. Look at that pass by Gray. And great defense by the Seminoles.
So Elizabeth Williams found herself too far underneath to make a strong attempt at that shot.
But Christy, what a no-look pass that was.
That was magnificent. With that secondary break for Duke, that's what they want to do, score early and score often in their break.
Here's Tolles, very quick player. Deluzio takes it around. Rashay Jackson can't get it to go, and down with it is Haley Peters. Here's Gray. Boy, she penetrates in the lane. It's trouble.
Well, Peters did a good job of spacing, so she was able to get a good angle on that break.
Chelsea Gray averaging 6.2 assists a game.
And she leads the ACC in that category, and she's 10th nationally in assists.
Inside Brevard, and Williams will pick up her first foul, and Brevard goes. Christy, she's coming off a subpar offensive performance in that loss against Wake Forest, and she's going to the bench. Chelsea Davis is in, and that loss to Wake Forest, she didn't score in double figures for the first time in ACC play. It'll be interesting to see how she bounces back today.
Well, that was a tough 10-point loss to Wake Forest, and they need her presence. She needs to touch the ball. Whether she takes the shot or not, she needs to touch the ball in Florida State's offensive sets.
Here's Gray. So Florida State playing well defensively here early. Rodriguez for 3.
Well, you see how
Florida State without Chastity Clayton today, who had started every game. It's going to be an interesting adjustment for Sue Simrod.
it is, because that changes the way you rotate your players in and out, and that's 9 points that you're missing from Clayton.
You can tell right away that the quickness of Tolles is going to make a difference in this offense.
It is, because you can see how she sets the tempo for her ball club.
Tolles, who was a starter throughout her career at Auburn, getting her first start as a Seminole today. And again, only her 2nd game of eligibility.
She played 31 minutes on Thursday. And that's a lot of minutes. She only had 3 assists in that game and wasn't productive offensively, missing all 3 of her shots.
Williams going to work on Davis. So far, the Seminoles have owned the backcourt.
They have, and they need to keep Duke off the glass because they are plus 10 in the rebounding category on the season. Good ball movement and nice patience right now by Florida State, looking for a pick and roll situation for Tolles.
Tolles at the free throw line. That is her first field goal as a Florida State Seminole. She was 0 for 3 on Thursday night against Wake Forest.
And she looked very comfortable coming off of that screen, nice and tight.
Selby trying to answer.
By Florida State, not only for her scoring prowess at 9 a game and 6 rebounds, but for her defensive tenacity. They're going to miss that.
That 15 points against Duke was her ACC high, and again, she started every game. Gray falls down.
And Deluzio's foot, she's trying to close out, but he stepped on that foot.
And Trisha Liston just into the game hits a three. She is an amazing shooter, sophomore out of River Forest, Illinois.
She leads the ACC in three-point percentage, 44% on the year for Liston.
Inside Howard, nice dish to Brevard. Sierra Brevard.
Because they need another weapon.
Liston has been a starter part of this season, but now with Selby in the lineup, comes off the bench and really gives this team a lift.
Florida State now in a 2-3 zone, trying to close things down and clog the lane because of Elizabeth Williams and her presence inside.
Good ball movement. And Rashae Jackson hits a three. How big is that? Thursday night in the win over Boston College, she had her worst shooting game of the year. She was 0 for 6, hits her first shot here today.
And she had snapped her 7-game double-digit scoring streak at Boston College. She only had 2 points in that contest, but she needs to get going early for Duke to remain consistent offensively.
Good play by Liston to get a hand on that and force the turnover. The three by Jackson has given Duke the lead here.
And now Florida State has gone back to their man-to-man. Looks like they're alternating 2-3 and man-to-man.
8 to shoot for the Blue Devils. On the drive, what a nice move. Haley Peters right at the end of the shot clock. She's got 4 points here early.
Well, that was such a nice move, and because there was only 1 second on the shot clock, made it look even better, but Peters has been playing magnificently well.
Yeah, she had 16 points on Thursday night, only missed 1 shot. Duke has hit 3 shots in a row here to take a 4-point lead.
Back to the 2-3 zone, Williams.
Foot was on the line, but the rebound by Jackson. Peters.
Well, Duke really relies on their offensive rebounding prowess also. Elizabeth Williams had 6 offensive boards.
Olivia Bresnahan had that rebound. She is just into the game for Florida State.
Florida State trying to get a high screen from Brevard.
They got it, and DeLuzio took it right to the bucket.
Very important for Brevard to be available at the high post with DeLuzio and Tolles able to make plays off screens.
One of the things that Morgan Tolles coming in and playing the point does, it allows DeLuzio. The one thing Florida State has not had this year is a true point guard. They have one now. She's got the basketball. Last touch by Day in her career as a Florida State Seminole. That is something that's not easy to do. And congratulations to Alexa on her 1,000th point. Selby on the drive for Duke.
Well, you've got to contain Selby. You know she's going to the basket. You've got to fan her to the corners.
She's been shooting well over the last 3 games.
A body on someone to limit second and third chance opportunities.
Allison Vernere is into the Duke lineup, number 43, and a travel call opponents.
Florida State right now, they're doing a good job in their man-to-man, clamping down on that block.
Little pressure here from the Duke Blue Devils.
1-2-1-1, diamond and 1 press.
DeLuzio, that'll move Shea Selby to the point.
What Duke wants to do, they want to open the floor offensively, setting up their scores.
Great ball movement. Jackson draws the foul. Will go to the line for 2.
The National Freshman of the Year in the NCAA this year.
Has been a difference maker, particularly in shot blocking. 93 block shots on the season coming into this game. That's over 30 more than the player in second place in the league, Shea Shagag of North Carolina.
Well, that's an ACC record for blocks in a season.
Kick out to Rodriguez. She's 0 for 2 from 3. Inside Howard over Verneret.
And we talked about Duke getting to the offensive glass that time. Florida State very aggressive, but didn't capitalize.
Liston showing the ability to put the ball on the floor and drive to the bucket. Look at Toll's quickness. That is indeed going to be a difference. Rodriguez.
Tolles was amazing there, and Jackson fell off balance trying to keep up with her on that play.
Rodriguez, a junior from Spain, has seen more action this year than in her 2 previous years combined.
Duke trying to reset, trying to get some good ball movement off of some screens.
Williams working against Brevard. Not a good pass to Verneret.
Huge difference. Howard, Brevard, and if they can get their guards to finish in there off of some penetration and drives, they'll be in good shape.
Bresnahan open, didn't take the shot. Deluzio will. Duke has led most of the way here in this first half. Peters can't hit on the drive, and Duke has gone cold their last couple of possessions.
Well, that was a good idea by Peters, but I think she thought she was going to draw more defense. When you drive in there, your purpose is to score, not to get hit.
Trying to get it down low to Brevard. She had positions. Will throw it in. And the Seminoles get the roll. Deluzio now with 4, and Florida State's within 1. Duke has hit only 1 of their last 6 shots.
It was nice execution by Florida State, but their defense is holding them in this game.
Make that 1 of 7. Blue Devils get it back. Peters is fouled. Foul's going to be on Deluzio. And 34 minutes in that win over Boston College. Had played only a total of 36 minutes in the 2 games combined as Duke gets the steal.
And Duke was in there, diamond in 1 press. That time they looked to trap. Prior to that, there was only a contained press, just to be in the way. That time they closed the doors. Florida State in their 2-3 zone on this possession.
Jackson can't hit the 3. Howard protecting that ball after corralling the rebound.
When you go to that zone, people say you can shoot out a zone. You can also be in trouble if you're not knocking down those outside shots.
Tolles, ill-advised pass that time.
When she lost her balance on that play, the ball slipped out of her hands.
Florida State now with 9 turnovers in this first half. But they only trail by 2. Williams traveled with it.
That have had triple-doubles on the year. Chelsea Gray had a triple-double against Pitt. She had 14 points and a school record 13 assists. And
that is our Wendy's first.
In terms of her poise and composure.
Seminoles chance to tie or take the lead on this possession.
A 2-3 zone this time by Duke.
Five to shoot. Deluzio will take it and hit it.
But what happens when you have 8 of your 14 points coming in the paint? Then you can knock down the 3.
7 for Deluzio, playing with those 2 fouls. Kathleen Shear into the lineup now for Duke.
And people think that points in the paint come from your post players only, and that's not true. Your guards can get in there and finish.
That field goal gave Florida State the lead. Gray to answer. Looked a little bit out of control, and Brevard the rebound. Florida State on a 7-1 run now. They've got the lead.
Well, I think that 2-3 zone has gotten them into a good rhythm offensively.
Rodriguez, nice drive. She's fouled.